I'm Fabio Guerini, Product Manager for Mapei Sealing and Bonding Line. Today, I would like to present MapePUR Universal Expanding Polyurethane Foam for insulating and soundproofing applications. It's available in two versions, M for manual application and G for application with a special gun. They're the ideal products for filling voids and gaps in buildings to improve their insulation capacity against heat, cold, and noise. MapePUR Universal is a multi-purpose foam available in two versions, manual application and application with a special gun. For the manual version, MapePUR Universal M, no equipment or tools are required. Before using the product, mix the contents by holding the can upside down and shaking it for at least 30 seconds. Then screw on the nozzle and feed tube supplied with the can. Extrude the foam by pressing the small trigger on the nozzle. If only part of the can of MapePUR Universal M is used, fold back the feed tube and attach the end to the plug attached to the nozzle. The rest of the can can be used again at a later date. For the gun version, MapePUR Universal G, a special foam gun is required. MapePUR Gun. Before using the product, mix the contents by holding the can upside down and shaking it for at least 30 seconds. Then screw the can to the collar of the gun. To regulate the feed rate of the MapePUR gun, rotate the valve at the back of the gun to the rate required and extrude the foam by pressing the trigger of the gun. When you've finished extruding the foam, unscrew the can of MapePUR Universal G from the gun and clean all the external parts with MapePUR Cleaner. To remove all the residues of foam, also clean the top of the can and the internal circuit of the gun. Even though the characteristics and properties of the two versions are identical, the yield of the gun version during application, MapePUR Universal G, is much higher. Thanks to the special MapePUR gun, the mix contained in the gun version of the can is fed at a controlled optimum rate, guaranteeing more than twice the yield during application than the manual version. This makes MapePUR Universal G the ideal version of this filler foam for those who want to carry out their work with more precision, more quickly, and without waste. After it has been extruded, MapePUR Universal Filler Foam reacts immediately with the moisture in the air or substrate to form a dense foamy mass, which in just a few minutes expands freely to up to 60 times the original volume of the can. Once it is finished expanding and has set, MapePUR Universal Foam can be cut, ground, sanded, and painted. The internal structure of the foam is compact and homogeneous, giving the areas filled with the foam a high level of thermal insulation and soundproofing.